Hello, my name is Tyron Trice, and here's my post about environmental influence. We was asked the question of how to explain how environmental influence affects a person's well-being, as well as give an example of how our environment influenced us today. So, when talking about environmental influences on a person, you have to talk about all aspects of everybody's environment. You can't only focus on one aspect because you don't get the full story of somebody's environment, and which leads you to holes into why they are influenced by certain things. So, for example, if you only talk about somebody's community or city that they're from, you end up missing the family aspect and the cultural aspect of why they're influenced by certain things too. So if people were only if people only focused on the community and end up generalizing everybody from that community and saying, and then everybody in their mind everybody will end up being the same person. So what makes us different is the family and the culture aspect and other aspects of our environment that makes us different, not just one aspect. You got to talk about all aspects. So my the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the three aspects that I think is most important, which is the family, community, and cultural aspect. I'm gonna start with the community aspect because that's like the biggest one. So my community, I come from the city of Gary, Indiana. It's a small town up north by the Lake Michigan. And with Gary, it was a high crime rate. So because of all the crime I was around and all the negativity that I was around and the low economic value of Gary, I became less open to people. Like I'm always when I meet new people, I'm always it takes a while for me to open up because I'm always expecting the worst out of people because I'm used to people like trying to hurt me or do bad things because like that's just the area I grew up around. So I'm always shy at first, so it takes a while for me to open up to people because of where I come from. My family, so my family influences me by encouraging me to do everything that I want to do in life. So because I knew I didn't want to stay in my area no more, and I didn't want to be in Gary, and I knew I wanted to better my living situation, my mother encouraged me to go to college. And even though I felt like I didn't have the resources or the means, which that's the reason why most people don't go to college from Gary because they don't have the resources, the means, or the funds, and they don't really know how to get those. It's not really a class taught on those, so people don't really do this. But my mother encouraged me to research, and she helped me research it, and that's what led me to led me to graduating my undergrad with a bachelor's degree and pursuing my master's degree now. But now here's how you know how people different and why you can't really take one aspect and you got to use the other. So if we was only to use the community, if we just take my example for the community and how I don't really trust people and who's around crime, if we was to do that, everybody was like that. But if you since you use the family aspect, my family aspect, and I was encouraged and not to pursue a life of crime. And instead, I was encouraged to go to school. People who don't have that person in they like that person that in their family to encourage them makes them different and makes them have a different environment than I do. Lastly, I'm gonna talk about the cultural aspect. So my cultural influence, I'm going to give a good, this example might be seen random, but it's a good one. And my friend just pointed this out to me because he got pulled over. He got pulled over by police. So like the way I was raised to be about to when dealing with police is to be very respectful, be very courteous, be like don't attack them, don't make them angry because of how black men is seen as America. Now you might have any opinions on that, but that's not really the point of this. I'm just trying to say how black people black children are raised to be around the police because you don't want to take that chance. And my friend who was white was raised a different way. He was questioning the officer and he was doing stuff that I never seen before, and that just shows you how different cultures raise and if like have that effect or influence their children. So that's kind of how that. I hope that sums up my explanation and gives. I hope I gave a good examples. This is me. I'm signing out. Thank you.